So the plan is to set up the Villiers with the new Evo 4 Panaracer race tires, set up Tubeless with the Smart Seal. Wish me luck, because I've never set up road tires before. And if it's anything like setting up big ass gravel tires, it could be a lot of different things. Hey, look at how fucked up my lip got from the 2-day ride I did with Ron. It got sunburnt and then it blistered. It is not happy. Boo-hoo. Sunblock your lips. I honestly don't know if I can get this tire on this rim. Ugh. Come on! This is so hard. I'm sweating. I used some very questionable techniques to get this on here, but it is on here. And I'm nervous to ride this thing because if I have to take this off out in the middle of nowhere, yeah. If you use rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle to squirt around this thing before you hit it with pressure to help it seat into place, it works pretty good. And I think it's a little bit better than the soap and water technique because this stuff dries out so fast. So do what you will with that. I found it helpful. Maybe you will too. Cool, I get to try this one more time. Here's another cool tip. I learned this one from David Wilcox. Get one of those orange seal, they're almost like a on-the-go sort of fill-up container. Use the fluid that's in there, but keep the container and refill it every time you want to set up your tires, because this thing works great as a way to measure out how much fluid to put into the tires. I'm a fan of the blow it up with air and then fill it up with sealant afterwards, and this works really good because once it's seated on, you fill this up with the amount that you need, and then you just stick it right on there. Boom, the exact amount that you need. It's no guessing like, how many ounces is this? So, and then you don't waste all the sealant trying to seed the tire onto the rim because it fucking sprays all over the place. Makes it god. Holy shit, I have like blisters started from, that was hard, but it's done. So now I'm gonna try this thing out tomorrow and we'll see what all the fuss is about. Roadless. Tubeless on road. Roadless. Okay, it's late and I'm tired and I just... All right, let's see how this works. Just in case. Wahoo just hooked up the new Roam bike computer. Thank you, Wahoo. A couple things that the Wahoo does that I really appreciate. Syncs up wirelessly to all like Strava, Ride with GPS. That's for data after a ride, and that's also to upload routes, which is really nice. And if you pin routes on Ride with GPS, often they'll show up as saved, and then you can just sync them to the Wahoo. Really helpful. Also, the fact that it's not a touchscreen. We ride in all conditions, wet, cold, dry, you name it. Buttons, what physical buttons do is you can hit them when it's raining, you can hit them with gloves on. The touchscreen stuff, which Garmin uses, I think is a pain in the butt. You don't want to take your glove off every time you're doing something, and I don't know, yeah. This thing's very similar to the Element Bolt. It has a little bit of color. The screen is bigger, which I appreciate. And it's just very user-friendly. The stuff's just simple. It's buttons to zoom in, buttons to jump to different fields. You can customize fields with your phone, but it's nothing too complicated. So, TMI? There's a feature on here that I don't recall being on the Element. I want to give it a shot. And what you do is, oh shit. Oh, I ended my ride. What you can do is put in key points like home or work and tell it to route you there from wherever you're at. Figured let's have this guy tell me how to get back home and we'll see how it does. This is sick. So I put in to send me home however it wanted to, but because I know these roads, I didn't want to go the way that it was telling me to go. It reroutes for you, just like Google Maps. Cool. New York, New York, New York, New York. Let's go, New York. Tubeless is a pain in the ass. But the way it feels and the amount of control you gain from it might make it worth it. Tubeless is kind of like not wearing a condom. So much feel, so much control. It's awesome. I'll see if I change my tune after I get my first puncture, which will hopefully never happen. Good times. These tires are like smooth, sweet Italian loafers. I'm getting persuaded by the Tubeless. And the ride, courtesy of Wahoo, by the numbers, 2 hours, 35 minutes, 38 miles, 3,677 feet of elevation, and power, courtesy of Stages, with an average of 153 watts.